Good morning, members. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Fantastic move on gold this morning. I just want to cover this a little bit so that people understand what you're looking at, what you can expect from the gold on steroids software. And this has been developed over many years of trading gold. So I've made a lot of money in gold. As people know, if you've been with me for a few years, then you've seen my trading account, you've seen my results. And let's have a look at a few now, for instance. So this is the MT4 account. When we talk about outside bars, I'll cover that in a minute. Just to confirm for people who are new, just to confirm and reiterate what you're looking for gold on steroids outside bars. And then I'm going to go into how you can make a lot of money, which is what it's all about, I guess, at the end of the day. This is an old account, but the same system applies. And as you can see, the results are quite amazing, but you have to take a little bit more risk in terms of lot sizes to gain that momentum. If you've got a small account, for instance, and I've managed to create a system that can turn 100 grand into 500,000, and a lot of you have seen that over the couple of years. I don't often show my trading account. It's not of interest because it's not about me, it's about you and how you can make money. The other thing to bear in mind, sorry, you're cut off at the top there, sorry about that. But the other key to this on a smaller account, as I mentioned in the YouTube video yesterday, if you've seen that, then you can use, if you've got $1,000 in your account, you can go $0.55 per pip and aim for 50 pips. I'm going to show you this in the next few minutes and how this worked out this morning, just as an example, and how your settings should be. This is not about the settings because that is for people who have upgraded to get funded program. So if you're in the 12-month get funded program, I'll be doing a separate video going over the details of the settings, and the settings are unique. Nobody else in the world will have these charts, and that's really, really important because you'll be the only one that's trading this system in the world. And that's really important because if everyone's trading the same system, millions across the world, it ain't going to work. Eventually it's going to break down. So the fewer people that use this, the better. So in terms of the excuse me, the compounding, you start off with $1,000. You're going to go $0.55 a pip, and your profit is going to be 50 pips. As indicated here, you're going to have a 30 pip stop, so that's 1.5 risk to reward. Your account is going to have a leverage of 1.5 or 1 to 500, high leverage. However, it's not absolutely essential it's that high, but you need enough leverage to get into the position, especially as you get into the big numbers. So as an example, for instance, you're going to have 4 trades, and that is going to increase your account from $1,000 to $2,000. Once you've doubled your account, you're then going to go one lot. $10 per pip, 50 pips, you're going to bank $500. Times that by 4. That's going to give you, get you to $4,000. Then you double it again, and then each position successful is going to bank $1,000, and so on and so forth. So this is called compounding on a delta of 10. You can choose to be more aggressive if you want. I think this is aggressive enough. And what you don't want to do is get your emotions involved with the trade. So as an example, in the start, you might think, well, $5 a pip on $1,000, you're going to risk $150 to make $250, which is fair enough. But understanding the system and getting the system right is really important. Don't get emotionally involved with this. You're risking 15%, yes. But nonetheless, once you've doubled your account, you are risking the market's money. You are no longer, you have zero risk in the game now. So 4 of those equals $8,000, and so on and so forth. So it keeps going and going and going. So let's say you have 4 trades, 1 per month, 1 per week, and it takes a month to double your money. So every month you go 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000, 16,000. You can see how the compounding is getting quite exciting now. To 32,000, getting really exciting now. 64,000, 128,000. You can see where this is going. At some stage, you're going to take a big lump out. And that's the important bit, because you don't want to be vulnerable. You want to bank the money and build some assets somewhere. So let's go into the markets now. And as we've had a really good day, then we can actually give you some really good examples of what that looks like. So a very warm welcome to the coaching video. This is a general update on what the gold on steroids software looks like. And once you have the software, this is your settings. And I'm going to go into more detail in terms of the settings for get funded people who've upgraded. To upgrade, you just go to the website, very straightforward. And then you choose your package, whether you want to meet me live, go for the VIP package, or you want to go for the Get Funded program. The Get Funded program includes the gold on steroids software as well. Might want to be listed there, but it does include that. It includes 12 months signals, 12 months support, 12 months VIP membership, 12 months coaching, and all that goes with it. So just click on that and it takes you to the payment page. So let's go into gold now. And this is what your initial chart looks like. And the most important thing we're looking for initially, and I'm going to go over the rules with you, is you're looking for outside bars. The outside bars are really important to recognize. The little one there, and there's one here. And I will update you whenever I spot an outside bar. I will let you know in the VIP room and the signal room, etc. So there's another one here, another one here, another one here, another one here. So these happen throughout the week, especially at the moment as it's pretty much within a certain range, quite a lot. So these are all tradable events. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into what happens when we get a price that's gone too far too quickly. And that's what's happened. The price has gone too far too quickly, and there's going to be a bounce, there's going to be a correction, or there's going to be a complete reversal. And in this case, there's been a complete reversal, hasn't there? A couple of points to note. The best outside bars are when they are hitting a buy zone, as I call it. This blue zone here, it's an order block, it's a high liquidity zone, it's whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. It's a buy zone when it's blue, and it's a sell zone when it's yellow up here. Simple as that. And whenever you get convergence, we talk about convergence, divergence, break of structure, change of character. These things are important in terms of price action. Once you get convergence, i.e. the price has moved outside the channel, this is special settings, and into this buy zone with a double bottom, hello, then you have a great opportunity to get into the position. Now this morning we didn't have an outside bar, but that's okay. This is what we call a continuation pattern, and that is a different set of settings, and I'll go over that in a little bit more detail. So what happens once you get an outside bar? What do you actually look for an entry? So this is now combined with the 15-minute chart here. Now you can of course just trade the 15-minute chart on its own. Sell signal down, buy signal up. On high liquidity zone, buy zone, outside bar, and therefore you can just trade that happily, bank 100 pips. The other way you can do it, and I set this alert up as a pending order for those in the Forex signal group, as a pending order before the actual price came down. So I've set it, I could see the price coming down, and this is the buy zone. So I set as a pending order 24.75. And your stop loss is below that, of course, the swing low, 24.69, and your target is the previous high. Makes sense so far? Okay. Now, if you don't want to do pending orders, that's fine. You can wait for the conversion back into the trend. What I mean by this, and I'll highlight this a little bit more on the 5-minute chart, all I'm looking for is this red line, which is a trending line, to convert to green and for the price to start moving up. And clearly we have a change of character. If I can draw a line here on that previous high, there's your change of character there. Once you have change of character, then you have your trade, and it is one setup. I'm going to show you different techniques. This is the one setup where you don't change anything. Yes, you can, as an example, this isn't a lot of profits, this is only 182 pips. Now for 182 pips, how long does that take to actually achieve that in Forex? A week? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? You're talking about a couple of hours here for gold, and that's what happens with gold. So becoming a professional gold trader, if that's what you want to do, is highly lucrative. But understanding the different techniques within the same gold on steroids software is really important as well. So what you can do as a choice, if you've got the time, you can just simply move your stop to here, 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 here. And then you bank that money, whatever that is. Let's have a look, shall we? So going about here, you get stopped there, 132 pips. Now it takes a week to earn that in Forex. So with gold, you can earn that in a couple of hours without much effort at all. Now, if you're set and go like me, I don't want to be looking at charts. I don't want to be moving stops necessarily every every hour or whatever. I prefer to have a set and go attitude where I put in my stop, I put in my reward, and I'm just going to wait for it to be hit. That's my attitude, but you can just simply use this as a trading stop if you wish. Okay, so that's how you enter onto a outside bar, as we call it, whenever the price has moved outside the range, outside the channel, into a high liquidity zone, a buy zone, blue, and the opposite, of course, applies for a sell. So that's it. That's how you do it. You can, of course, go for 100 pips. Let's say somewhere about there. 100 pips is nice, don't get me wrong. But I would be aiming to go for the previous high on the left as a maximum. 100 pips, you'll get that very easily. 100 pips in gold is very easy and common. Okay. The other thing you can do is go for 2 for 1, which makes sense. Make sure it's at least 2 to 1. 2 to 1 is good. 1.5, well, it's pretty boring at 1.5 to be honest. 2 to 1 is fine, or even 3 to 1 if that's your bag. 3 to 1 is pretty good actually. If you look at that there, that's 3 to 1. Spot on, 146 pips instead of 182 or 192 actually yesterday, so that's good. Okay, so what happens when we don't have an outside bar? So let's have a look at today, and I can give you some examples of this. And we had a target 25.1865, which is this previous high from months ago. And we now have an outside bar, and you have a red zone, which is premium, which is probably where the price is going to pull back a little bit. But it's bullish. It looks like it's going to continue. Maybe there's something going on in the Middle East, which we don't know about yet. Gold would know about it first, by the way. The institutions will know about it first. So how do we manage this then? Very easily. We can see when we wake up, for instance, that the price is holding on to this support zone, which is the if it's going to hold on to support, then it's highly likely it's going to continue that trend upwards. Once you get the buy signal, and I'll put that into the Forex signal group, Forex and gold signal group, then you just buy it. So as an example, I put my something like that. I'll put my stop at the swing low, typically 50 or 60 pips, and I would be aiming for, sometimes the targets are overextended, and that's fine. 215 pips. I think we banked something like 191 today, which is pretty good. Way over, what is that? nearly 400 pips in 24 hours. Not bad at all. How else can you get that if you're trading gold? Now let me show you the setup for the 5-minute chart, where you get into the entry, where you can understand better the position, and I'm going to talk about how you can actually bank a lot more money. So as extra confirmation, using the same settings as the outside bars, you can of course wait for the confirmation here, so that the green line has gone green and it's acting as support. So this is your support line now. So you'll be getting in around this figure here, and then the price shoots up, and it stays green, by the way. Notice how it stays green. You're definitely not selling this. That's really important. But there is a way of getting to another position during this time frame, so that you can actually get a nice 1.5 additional trade using high leverage. So this is an additional tool which you can use if you wish. I mean, the thing is with trading mentors, we are talking to people who are absolutely brand spanking new at this. So we try and develop systems where it's easy to see. So green is buy, red is sell. So this is obviously one way that you can do it to confirm that you are doing the right thing. There's your change of character there, and or break of structure in this case, because it's continuation, isn't it? So you simply put your long-term position there and your target up there. Okay, that's it. And the other way you can do it, of course, as previously mentioned, you can move your stop if you wish. This is a 5-minute chart, so come back every hour on your phone, iPhone, whatever you've got, and just move your stop until it reaches target. Fairly straightforward. So that's position trading, and holding on to position for a few hours until it reaches target, and you can move your stops. The flexibility there with the gold on steroids software. Now, how can you have those additional trades? Where you can have those additional trades along the route of the trend when there's a pullback. And this is the compounding theory. So as mentioned previously, you're going to have $1,000 account, you're going to go 0.55. You're not going to be using these for a get funded account. You're not going to be using these for a get funded account. This is only for small accounts. You could use it for large accounts, of course, if you've got the money, but it is more aggressive. And the whole point of this is to come from the very bottom of $1,000 and get it to 100,000 within a year, let's say, or whatever time it takes. But the point I'm making here is we're talking about a 30 pip stop, not a position trade, and a 50 pip target, 1.5 risk to reward. And so therefore you have to wait for the swing lows. This is where the big money is made. So let's go into that now. So here we are back into the 5-minute chart. Everything's green, so we're only looking for buys. You can backtrack this, you can test it, you can see how it works. This works amazingly well for years and years and years. And also what you're looking for that extra bit. So this is, you're going to risk 2 or 3% on your account, let's say, with a 50 pip stop, and you're going to have a 100 pip target or 200 pip target, whatever it is. And what happens during this journey, the price has a pullback. Okay, so a couple of points to make here, which is really important, is that whenever the price is overbought, there is a correction. It does not mean to say the price is going to have a correction, because all it's done is that. But the oscillator, special settings, has the correction. And this is your opportunity to get in with a 30 pip stop and a 50 pip target. So where's your trigger? Well, for me, the trigger is, there is no trigger. I'm just going to get in. That's my style if I'm using this system. So I'll be getting in around here. Okay, so the other thing you can do is once the candle goes green again, then get in there. Your stop is here, as you can see, with a new position, because If you've still got the other position on a much smaller lot, that's fine. But this one is you're taking a bigger risk because the trend's already been established. The actual risk of it reversing are very small unless there's news out. So London Open is the key here. So how does this work? Well, let's have a look. So here, and I mentioned this in the signal room, there's your buy, there's your stop, 34 pips, still okay. Make sure it's below that support line, and your 50 pips is there. 1.5, just about. You can take it a bit higher, of course, to get 1.5 risk to reward. Now, this might not seem a lot, but as you develop your business and your trading account, this system becomes the one that you might look at and say, well, hold on a sec, I'm actually making a lot of money here. If you're, 10 lots, then you're talking about a lot of money. If you're one lot, if you're $5 a pip, then you're talking about $250. If you're much more than that, then of course, one lot is $500, two lot is $1,000, 10 lots is $10,000 for the same system, for the same expectation. Now this happens twice. So what's going to happen in the next few hours, this oscillator is going to come down. It's not reached our target up here yet, which is interesting, which is a previous high from previous months. But what's going to happen with the oscillator, you're going to see this going on. So this is your trading opportunity to get your 30, 50. Now the thing that has to happen, the price has to hold on to the trend. If, as an example, the price comes down and breaks this support line, it's no longer valid. You cannot trade it. That is very, very important. However, if the price does stay within this area here, and the oscillator comes down to here, then you can obviously trade it with a 30 pip stop and a 50 pip target. Again, these are not adding up to the number of pips that you're making, but it's adding up to the money that's actually going into your account over and over again. Hopefully this makes sense. Now the other thing, of course, you can do, let's take that off for a sec. Well, let's leave that on for a second. So there's your pullback there. And also note the volume indicator, special settings. Again, everything is special settings because it's been tested over many years. You can see that the volume here is above the blue line, just slightly, but that's an opportunity there. This one here, lots of volume coming into the market, so there's your opportunity there. And of course along here as well. And while the volume is going up here, it's heading for your target of 50. If you get in a bit late, then of course your stop, so let's say you get in here, then your stop is closer. So you're still risking 30 odd pips, 38 pips, let's say, to get your 50. So wherever you get in, you're likely to make money. Okay, and as I previously mentioned, if you want to control it even more, totally up to you, you can simply move your stop with this support line here. So a fantastic system, makes a lot of money. And if you want to get funded, then please let me know. Totally up to you. I'm not bothered. I make no money in the markets. If you want to go around YouTube forever and ever on a roundabout, finding the perfect trading setup, then good luck with that. But I've put this together over 30 years of trading.